we're still working on some stuff. Like we're building stickers and posters and things like that, and we've got like a couple of advertisements online. So you have to think about like the advertisement, building an audience. You know, the mall helps, but it's good to have your own audience when you're creating things.
Well, he used to create video games, and I'm go to his room and he'll say, I created this video game. I'm like, a video game? And he used to make music and do it. He was very creative all his life. He's really a creative person. So yeah, so when he was little, he was doing stuff that was like, I couldn't fathom him because I'm the mother, and I'm like, you're doing that? Like, what the heck? So yeah, he's been an artist all his life. Yeah, and then watching, I guess I can give credit to myself a little bit too, because he watched me do a lot of projects, and I was on the radio for 14 years, and I was doing a lot of things, and my kids were there, and they were basically involved in all that, so they just watched him. Yeah.
As a daddy too, his daddy had us rapping and doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. And his father is very creative. He's a production artist, and so he has a lot of people in his family that influences him, to be who he is.
So Iodine is arts and entertainment. We pretty much do everything that is art. So if we are creating a piece, we could do painting, we can do poetry, we could do a mixed media of painting while poetry is going on or painting while dancing is going on and things like that. All of our art reflects community, education, and to inspire.
Slow grooving sounds that get the crowd moving. So for your amusement, we come to play a little Kenny G, a little Miles D, a little Sade. I get busy when I listen to Dizzy and relax when I hear Coltrane on sax. In fact, I feel my loneliness with keys from Thelonious Monk. So don't try to front like it's something you don't want. It's jazz music, y'all. Yeah, it's jazz music.
Play this group here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet. I really love my jazz.
A majority of my work is for Iodine. I view Iodine as an extension of myself. So everything that I do, I usually claim it as Iodine. But there are things outside of Iodine that I do that aren't pertaining to art. So my passion is in teaching, so I've gone to school for teaching. But while I'm going to college and pursuing my career, I took art classes at the same time.
Sing, that's chemistry. Simply melodic, erotic to my temple. Complex tones made simple. It's jazz
play
music.
This group here all night long, cause it makes me wanna move my feet. I really love my jazz when it's laid with the hip hop beat.
Hip hop and jazz.
The rhythm's got me moving, grooving all up in this song. Add a little hip hop flavor, makes me.
How I got started in art was when I was very little, and I would take my pictures to my mother, and I would show her my pictures, and then she would encourage me to draw more, or she'd ask me to be more creative. She'd go, why don't you draw a cartoon or make a story or write a book to go with it? So then that kind of developed my skills as an artist. And I see a lot of my students, like I have one student, and she's amazing at art. She draws like some incredible things, and I think it's just those influences around you that tell you that it's possible for you to be an artist, and it's a great skill to have is very important. I think that like you just have to pursue it and dedicate yourself to it. When you have it takes a certain amount of hours to master a skill, a certain amount of days to master a skill. But when you keep at something and you never give it up and you continue to do it, you're going to be great. I think that people can do that in society very easily. I think where people have trouble is believing that they can do it. How you get better at doing things is by fixing the mistakes. The harder it is for you, the better you're going to get. But if you just have everything easy all the time, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to grow. I think there's a quote. It's like without struggle, there's no progress.
this job is one thing that keeps you old, and it also keeps you young. And I think that's where it has changed my life. Working with kids is such a positive thing. There's so much innocence in children, and it's like that scene in Alice in Wonderland where you're sitting down at the table with the Mad Hatter and you never know what's gonna happen, but you might as well have a good time because you're here. It's the career you chose. So I think that it changes you to make you even more of a positive person. When I walk into the school system, you walk down the hall, everybody is going to say good morning to you, and you're going to say good morning back. And it's just a very positive vibe. And even when things are feeling like, dang, I'm behind a lesson or I'm behind 2 lessons, you always have that encouragement around you. So it teaches you how to be that way, and it teaches you how to be more understanding for people and people around you in general. If you were to, I couldn't imagine running a marathon that never ends. It does have to end somewhere, but I think it's more of what you consider as success. I think it's just the people that you're around and the relationships and the friendships that you build. If I were to make no money off of my art company, just nothing, I would still be happy to know that I produce content for the world to enjoy and the world to learn from. So as long as I'm continuing to do that, whether, I can't really consider it as not being successful. I could end today and I would be the luckiest person that ever lived to me because I have created something that I can produce to the world.